Okay. Wow, I wonder why that happened. That's very odd, and that's very off. You know, what's going on, everybody? I have awoke a little bit later than I thought. Like shit. Cheers, everybody. What's going on? Wanted to talk to you guys about something right quick. Tap it with me. Let me know you guys are here. What's going on, little Shirley? How you doing? How is everything? How was your Friday? Did you work? Did you bartend? What did you end up doing last night? And how's the family and everybody? Hopefully you guys can hear me and it's not too loud. I gotta be careful with the music. They be playing music in here. I ain't gonna lie, I be getting copyrighted. Yeah, I'll be like, damn, I'm getting copyrighted for loud music. I can't even understand, man. Isn't that messed up? And it'd be like 20 seconds, right? And they would give like the whole live stream over to the, over to the copyright holder. So he said, I'm doing good. I worked serving tables last night. It was pretty dead. It's been hot. That's good. Yeah, I heard the weather. I heard the weather back home been a little hot. It's hot as shit here, but honestly, it's supposed to be raining a lot here, but it really hasn't. I'm pretty sure it's probably raining more in Thailand than it is here. You know what I'm saying? But that's good. I mean, hopefully it picks up. You know what I'm saying? And we get tipped and can have a beautiful, beautiful June. You dig? He said, yeah, we've been in the 90s all this week with intermittent storms in the Midwest. Yeah, 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 yeah. Chicago, it's a crazy place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know. He said, "Oh, it'll be good tonight. I'm closing, so I got okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you." He said, "How have I been? I've been all right. I've been just working and just putting things together. So I'm just thinking, I got some things I gotta sew up, but it's I don't know. I'm in a weird position right now, but everything is good. I can't complain. You know." I got to do a live stream tomorrow. I was gonna do I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow. What's going on, Aaron B? I was gonna do a museum run today. The reason why I haven't been doing the museum runs out here is because I got the tire on my one wheel. I'm trying to run it out before I really swap it because I gotta do another one wheel show talking about how I'm like the only person here with one and maybe the first black guy out here with one, I guess, right? And I found it today. I got a slow leak. So I got a slow leak in my tire and my battery's fucked. But I got a slow leak in my tire, so I'm gonna turn it into content tomorrow. So I may work tonight, get a little bit of rest, Get up tomorrow and have to hit up a shop out here and see what's the best option. Yeah, this is all tire fluid. Yeah. Look at that. Hold on, I'll show you. Let me show y'all. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I went to Thailand and got a new tire, but so look at this. There it is. Look at that. That's all tire fluid, y'all. Look at that. Yeah, that's all tire fluid. Yeah. As soon as you fix one problem, y'all, another problem arises. Yo, did it just start raining after I said something? It's raining? Oh my God! Wow! Wow! Glad I made that decision to come close to home, y'all. Wow, bro, it is raining like shit outside now. I just said something about it. What do they call that? Like, I know I'm an empath, and I know I have the power of the tongue to call the future. I just need to go around chanting. I just need to go around chanting some positive stuff. You know, I feel if I got that much power to literally just call rain like that, and it's like fucked up rain now. Yeah, like yeah, they're everywhere. You know, I wonder what they call that. I wonder what should I do in this case because it's pouring right now. Like they taking in everything. Wow, God is amazing. God is amazing. I didn't even check the weather. God is amazing. Ooh. Well, I'm glad to be here with you guys, man. Cheers. So we'll see how tomorrow plays out. I'm gonna see if we can swap the tires tomorrow. I might pull everything apart myself and deflate the tire. My thing is breaking the bead. If I can break the bead and get the tire out of its thing and just take it to the shop and get the other tire in and just get them to like put air in it and fill it, I should be okay. Cause thank God they got a lot of motorcycle shops and stuff out here. But my friend Junior was telling me if I get them to break the bead, it might leave like a dent in my rim. So I don't know. I might try to break the bead myself and just put the other tire on and get them to put some like that goop and shit in it and put some air in it and go on about my business, you know. But I'll film it, you know. I'll film it. I think everything tomorrow's gonna go better than expected, you know. So you guys see what's going on with my night tonight, you know. Um, I hope your days, what's going on, Cynical? I hope your day is going well. So if you look at the there you go. What's going on, War Master? Man, look. I said it hasn't been raining. Look, it just started raining like crazy. And the tire on my one wheel is having a slow leak. What the hell is going on, y'all? Upside, thank you so much. If I don't have the craziest luck in the world, I don't know what to call it, man. Upside. Make sure I get a little bit of food today. I appreciate everyone being here, man. So if you look at the title, you will see I guess he's a ghostwriter. I think he has some music or whatever. You will see the guy in the title. He has the word feminist written on the side of his stomach in big bold letters. And I was talking about it like 3 days ago. So, unlike some people, I'm playing Xbox. I need to head in and play it now. Shit, it's raining out here. The perfect time. I actually like the rain when I'm not stuck in it. The rain is very fun when you're not stuck in it. But no homo, we might get a little wet tonight. But nah, man. Y'all want to do some food porn? So this food is always hot. Look at this. Look at this. Street Fighter 6. Yeah, I heard about it. What's going on, Incel Goku? I heard about it. I heard it's out. Or coming out. I'm waiting for Diablo. Look at that, y'all. This shit is hot. It is very hot. So, what you do, I showed you guys this place before. You go over here in that refrigerator right there. There's a lot of raw food. And what you do is they're on skewers and you pick them out and then you leave them with the cook and the cook will cook them for you. They go down the line and then my girl Panine over here, she's on the other side of that thing. She brushes it and peppers it, and boy, oh boy, is it hot as hell. That's what this is for. Boy, oh boy, is it hot as hell. But it's good. What's going on, RG3? You know. Look, y'all, my damn one wheel. Look at this, y'all. Look at that. Soon as you fix one problem, another one was. What's going on, bunch of bunk media? Peace, man. Shout outs to RG3 in the building. What's going on, man? You said I was watching that Sneeko live. That was some good stuff. Only an hour and 30 minutes in, though. Hey, man, yeah, check it out, man. I know I do some extended long live streams, but look, trust me, we have a lot of fun. You definitely gonna love that live stream. Yeah, I'm eating weird shit again. I know. No squid tonight, though. No squid tonight, though. You know what, though? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, though. I'm starting to understand. Hold on, give me 1 second. Amen. I'm starting to yeah, if I had two wheels it wouldn't be a problem. No, it'll be leaning. But I'm starting to like Sneeko just a tad bit because he knows the proper response for certain things. he, I don't know how to explain it. He knows how to bring entertainment to the red pill. And what I mean by that is that the whole red pill thing is not like realistic to him. He puts an entertainment quality into it by being just egregious and hyperbolical as a lot of people are today with information, you know? So we got a lot of stuff going on right now, like She-Ra 7. Everybody's talking about Sprinkle Sprinkle. She's taking over TikTok right now. And she's indoctrinating a whole new group of women, younger women. Like her reach is like that now. But there's a big problem with that. It's a little bit different than the manosphere with women because you can kick this red pill shit all day. Doesn't even matter. Are the guys gonna have enough balls to get up, go outside, and go do it? I know women don't have balls, no homo. They have ovaries, right? But they will get up and go outside and go do it. They will. And they can run those test runs on dudes that just want to be with them. Like, the funny part is that a woman doesn't even have to get up and go outside and go do the shit. She can do it on the internet. She can do it over the phone. She can do it in person. She can do it via text messaging. If she decides to get up and go out with her girls and run some of that stuff, she can do it. But let me give y'all the game though, which you don't have to worry about. Women may run into a lot of ballers or dudes that they can swindle and scam out of whatever that She-Ra's teaching them to scam them out of. Basically saying get something out of the relationship or the engagement that you have. What's going on, Link? Shout out to Link in the building. But they don't know how to pull it off. And then the fucked up part is they get on the internet and lie like millionaires are approaching them 24/7. Have you ever watched Fresh and Fit or watch any of these other shows? And all of them have a story about some high-powered millionaire that approached them and don't even follow through with the story. Like, yo, okay, so what happened? Why are you not with him right now? What's going on? Hell, even if you want to shoot our 7 side of things, did you get some money? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you some real shit. There's 2 books out that is the best book for women to read, and it is the best book for women to read, and they're written by the same guy. Tariq Nasheed wrote 2 books back in the day. If you can find the PDF, type it in the search bar on Google and type in free PDF. I'm giving y'all some game right now, fellas. I'm telling you to read this book also because I had both books. Tariq Nasheed produced two good books. One is called Play or Be Played, and the other one is called The Art of Gold Digging. Play or Be Played, and The Art of Gold Digging. Those are the 2 best books to read. Play or be played is actually the best one. But women don't understand. There's things that they need to do to keep a man around you. Nobody wants to tell women that, listen, in a relationship, whether you're scamming somebody, using somebody, or doing whatever, to for the most part, you're going to have to work. Most people are looking for a break and a chance to sit on their ass, especially in a relationship. So you're going to have to get some money, ladies, and pay for a date or two. Even if you're dating someone rich, I think we're at the day and age where women are going to have to learn how to speak. They're going to have to learn how to have integrity, carry themselves with the women in the West carry themselves with a little bit of tact. Out here, this is basically like the Wild West. No, nobody gives a damn. Just a gesture. Let's say if a young lady's like carrying a bunch of bags, trying to get to her door or something like that, you stopping her and saying, "Hey, no, come here, I'll help," and help. That's like leaps and bounds, especially in a place like this, because the fellas, the dudes will just sit back and watch. Like everybody's like really for themselves. So chivalry and little gestures and stuff that dudes in the West are trying to get respected, or all of that shit means a lot here and in other places too. Damn near that's not infected with feminism. So in the business that they have running in the West, chivalry is dead. Public display of affection, that's dead. Foreplay, dead. Courtship, dead. And what's the other one? I always forget the other one. Foreplay, chivalry, public display of. Hold on. Write it down. What's going on, Toya? Gotta write it down, y'all. Romance. That's it. And people are trying to recreate all of this stuff on the internet and repackage it and sell it to you. When is what you have with the person that you're dealing with or pursuing. But it's also something that can be reciprocated. If you're chivalrous to your woman, she should be chivalrous back. But today's women don't know how to be chivalrous back. If you were to show that, it's like the modern man is not getting he's not getting a good shot. He's not getting a good shot if he's a gentleman. So you got to be tactful and go about it a different way when you're in the West. Because if you show chivalry and she doesn't reciprocate, and it's not even that they don't reciprocate, they're just not taught to be chivalrous back. Like, as a man, if somebody's not attracted to me, just sitting down and talking to me or whatever, you can turn that. That's a skill. Unfortunately, a lot of women don't know how to do that. You know, if you go look on the internet, you can go right up to the search bar and go look on the internet and look at how women shoot their shot. It's actually creepy. It's borderline creepy. Hey, don't you like me? Don't you want to like? It's like what? Or they just try to make a pass. Women shooting their shot is just making a pass, so you can shoot their shot. But they don't know how to riz up a man. I'm using the word riz. They don't know how to walk up to a guy and talk about something that they're technically not interested in long enough to start a conversation. And you know what I'm saying? Most of them have trouble doing it. But it's funny because if they know how to get a man, it's a high reward for them. The reward is more likely than the other way around if you don't know what you're doing. But what I'm saying is that, one of the most important things, because this is like critical thinking, but one of the most important things that you can have in a relationship, or just even for yourself while you're single, is problem solving skills. Problem solving skills is really your number one thing, because if you have a problem with getting women, guess what? Your problem solving skills play a factor in that. If you have a point of contingency, or something going on in your relationship, guess what? Your problem skills got to relegate that. The guy that's in the title that you see with the words feminist tattooed on the side of him, and obviously too, your problem skills helps with reciprocation. Because you can do something, you can do a chivalrous act for a woman in the West right now, and she doesn't know that it doesn't hit her head. She doesn't know that it's chivalrous. Opening the door, guiding her into the door. If you're walking on the street, you're walking on the side where that's closest to the sidewalk. When you're sitting in a restaurant, your back needs to be against the furthest wall in the restaurant, and you need to look at the door. So if any type of trouble comes in, you can address that. People like to date and sit across from each other. I throw a monkey wrench and all that. I change all that shit up. Nah, right here. You gonna sit right beside me, and we gonna talk. This ain't a me versus you, obviously, because obviously my phone is across from me, obviously. But it's not a me versus you thing. Like, people is little adjustments like that, little adjustments. That's true, bunch of bunk media. That's true. But what I'm saying is that even social media nowadays have a lot of people thinking that things are replaceable. And things are replaceable, obviously. But when we talk about or romanticize with the ideas of yesterday, how did our grandparents and some of our parents stay together and keep their relationship intact and keep things working, or whatever, right? Because times are getting harder right now, right? That goes back to problem solving skills and actually having some type of a communication and bond with each other. It goes back to that. So, when Megan Thee Stallion was going through all of that stuff with uh, the baby, who she smashed, by the way, but Tory Lanez, where Tory Lanez allegedly shot her in the foot and all that other stuff, and there was details and stuff that wasn't being thrown out there. Guess what's a courtesy and a little bit of chivalry? Simping. The guy on the thumbnail of today's show, he tweeted, he stuck beside her throughout that whole ordeal. He said, yo, y'all don't know, what really the details of what's going on. He stuck beside her. He made sure certain people wasn't dragging her name through the mud. Really looked out for her. Now all of a sudden, she with a soccer player. Like, literally, rebound. Rebound. I'm all for celebrities enjoying their relationships on their own. You don't have to publicly break up. But I think that's fucked up. I think that's fucked up. On behalf of Megan, I think that's fucked up. I don't know how people are looking at relationships nowadays, but anybody that's ever been in a relationship, a real relationship, knows that sometimes when you break up, you need to be single for a minute. You need to get a chance to work on herself or whatever. Out with the next nigga, and he's 150 M's up. Is that hypergamy? Only time will tell. But I don't think Homeboy would have defended her throughout all of that BS. I don't think so. And we all know, stay single a little bit after a really good relationship, because you might get back together. What's going on, Chris G? But that goes to show you, man. I got some kebabs. Got a lot of stuff. Not gonna lie, my wisdom tooth acting up too, man. I'm getting old. But what I'm saying is that I think that's messed up, and the internet don't help with making people seem like they're replaceable, man. You know, I know dudes that will go through a breakup, and them dudes won't even be active for like 3 4 months. 3 4 months, y'all. And truth be told, if you're dating somebody that's in any type of industry, your backup, you don't even have to. Honestly, I can't even say that. Just anyway, your backup is right beside you, or your girl's backup. And it's just messed up because it is what it is. Like, if you're a simp, it's your job to simp and get used up. You know, especially if someone needs you. But women are totally disrespecting simps out here now, man. I don't see what I don't see what dudes get out of simping nowadays, man. Simping like that. Now, depending on if that's your girl or not, there is a healthy level of simping. But something like that is like borderline betrayal, even though y'all did break up or took a break or whatever. And it's messy. What's going on, Young Jay? It's messy as hell, man. But some dudes are raised that way. I mean, obviously, if you got the words "feminist" tattooed on your stomach, what are you doing? And to tell you the truth, the manosphere was really the manosphere was really built and made for dudes not to like what, not to get that far. A couple of years ago, there was a lot of black brothers that was mad, and honestly, a lot of white brothers too. Especially, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you go over to the white manosphere, they don't play that shit. You know, they don't play that shit. Like in the white manosphere, like black people, we like to romanticize with it. You know, what's going on, Spawn? Yeah, it's not there no more, bro. White, the black man is for like to romanticize with it because in the black community, feminism is the sleight of hand. Because honestly, what our women are practicing is not real feminism. They're just a distraction. They're just more so in the way of black progress or what is perceived black progress. But in the white community, there's been a lot of instances where feminism directly fucked up certain people's family. Feminism, like pure form. And there's a lot of white brothers over there that just they hate it. They hate everything about it. Don't like it at all. And they hate anybody that swears by it. I doubt Hardy knows what the hell feminism is. And maybe that might be a little humiliation ritual. We starting to see those words resurface again. What's going on, Cartel? What's going on, New? New said you actually said our women. They got your ass. What do you mean? I just said it in general. I didn't mean nothing by it, but the women in the West, though, for the most part, the ones that are on autopilot, not the ones that got good heads on their shoulders. Everybody kind of understands a disturbance. Where's today's young man going to learn about love? Instagram? If that's the case, I don't know what to tell you. Instagram ain't it. You said white men are killing white women over feminism directly, yeah. Directly. But it's ruining a lot of people's lives, man. That's why I kind of said with like the young bloods here in the space. You said love. You said love. What's that? An unexplainable feeling. But this is why I was telling dudes like Hammer and all the other young dudes in the space at the time. I'm like, man, don't bog yourself down about feminism and all that other stuff. All you got to really do is focus on the relationship that you have with the person that you're with. You know, obviously, if you give somebody the honor of being in a relationship with you, there's just certain things that people shouldn't do. And honestly, it goes to tell you that if a woman is stepping on a guy that's like willing to simp, she out of sheer respect for herself and the situation, she would have been single for a minute. She didn't care about that man. Straight up. And this is what's gonna numb Western men about protection and provision when it comes down to their women or women that they're quote unquote dealing with. You can't even simp in peace. You can't even simp in peace. And we know about all of this stuff because look at some of the content creators here. Bitches done turned on Peso Man. They done turned on Taz. Hell, they understand each other and turn on each other. That's why I say for a lot of women to come over here, pretend like they're protecting women, and we're stopping the evil manosphere. from talking about women. Not doing anything to women, but talking about them. Female simps are at an all-time high. Yeah, shit done them. My prediction is what's going on in Japan right now. How those men don't even look at their women. They just on a purpose. That's gonna happen in the West. But it's gonna be a lot different because the El Gibbet about to kick in. You know, all kinds of shit about to kick in heavy. It's gonna be harder for us to save any type of brother. That is so true, War Master. But he can't provide and protect from. He can't provide and protect the woman that he can't. He can't lead anywhere. Yeah, I know it's been happening, but the thing is that if you give somebody straight directions and they can't understand straight up directions, they don't deserve your protection. If I say, hey, stand over here, and you giving me an attitude like, why I gotta stand over there? I don't want to stand over there. I want to stand right here. Listen to me right now. Stand over here. Boom. Shots rang out. You ain't listen. And directly right where you were standing, somebody or you get shot. So we were talking about Sneeko not too long ago, and I actually sat back and I was watching a little bit of the stuff that War Master showed me yesterday, and we were looking at yesterday, right? Young Jay showed me too, and I think it was Fresh and Fit, or what show was it? Anyway, it was one of those dating shows, and they were going around everywhere. Do you want your man to lead? Do you want your man to lead? There was a couple of yeses, obviously, some are lies, and then there was a couple of women like, yeah, but, what's the but? What's the but? No, but they're not really even pick me's. They're not really even pick me's, Cartel. They're not even pick me's. It's either she's that or she's that. Cause see, even to a certain degree, a woman claiming pick me knows that she's just playing a role. And it's not really who she is, for the most part. So she's playing a role. Long term, that's not good because it builds up resentment. Oh, I'm only doing this because of this. Oh, I'm only doing this because of that. No, do it because you want to do it. It's by choice, not force, you know? And when BGS and a whole bunch of other people was like, oh, we're going to get the women to come back to the table. Oh, winter's coming. Man, that nigga was lying, bro. All of it was lies. It was not a social experiment. It was none of that. He did he did so much content talking about bringing women back to the table. It's ridiculous. I don't know who said it the other day, but it's the truth. The manosphere actually helped out more women than it helped out men. There's a lot of truth in that statement. Because at first, it was like, we don't like hoes. We don't want to deal with hoes. Those aren't the type of women you should want to deal with if you are in the manosphere. That was the message. And it went from that to you don't need game because we want to deal with hoes. Remember when dudes used to make fun of dudes in the space for tricking? Don't hear that no more, huh? Because the manosphere was pro tricking. Because after a while, it's going to be like, okay, well, if you want hoes, how you going to deal with the hoes? You're going to either need some game or you're going to have to trick. Problem is, a lot of dudes in the space resent game, don't have no game. And on the back end, they don't want to admit that they don't like tricking. Because remember all of that stuff I told you that was gone? Remember I told you chivalry was gone? Romance was gone? PDA was gone? Foreplay was gone? And courtship was gone. So if all of those things are gone, you don't need no game. You now have an abnormal taste for hoes, and you're paying to be with them. You, my friend, have successfully set up a complex. You're addicted to trick sex. Some stranger or some girl you know that probably might be a regular or whatever. You're trying to get. You're trying to get the What's the word? I just had it on my head. You're trying to get the girlfriend experience, the girlfriend GFE, but there's a big problem with that. You're tricking. She's a hoe for sure, and you just paid for the GFE. But guess what? Romance is gone. So are you taking her out for a romantic night on the town? Nope. PDA is gone. PDA and romance go hand in hand. First of all, you don't even want to be seen with this bitch. So why would you be on the street kissing her? Oh, speaking of kissing, you kissing hoes, nigga? Boy, throw away the whole hand. So you paying and still not getting what you want. And if you do get what you want, guess what? It's in between 10 to 15 minutes. Because another version of you is coming in to do the same shit. So Western men and Western women are playing limbo. And you can't just blame it on the women. BGS has been talking about women coming back to the table for years. Him and Ed. And a lot of other people here. Can't say everybody. They don't have the answers. Because when real life corners them, oh, it's just an experiment. Wait, who? How you gonna run a social experiment and you're not outside? See, when I told y'all to go get y'all damn microphones and tech and all that other stuff, we could have avoided all of this shit. We could have avoided all of this shit. We could have been sitting back and laughing. Yeah, go ahead, roll your eyes, start, What's going on? What's going on? Walt, my boy Walt in the building. Yeah, this strictly transactional. Ain't nobody running no damn social experiment. Social experiment, these nuts, man. Sitting up there playing with young men in the manosphere, because once you get out there in the real world, these women ain't gonna play with you. I didn't downright say F women. I didn't downright say nothing. I just downright told y'all the truth. Yo, if you're gonna be playing in the waters, you need to learn how to swim. So to a certain degree, I'm glad certain stuff is changing. I'm glad new people are coming in, even though it's corny, and a lot of them don't know what the hell they're talking about. That's better than sending y'all to like some. I mean, and they talking about stupid shit, body count and all this weird shit. You got a bunch of dudes out here talking about body count and don't know why. Why are you talking about body count when you gonna smash anyway? You know, you're not a player, certainly not a pimp, and you shouldn't be running around here calling dudes a simp. If you're taking the red pill and trying to get some blue pill shit to work, it's actually pretty easy. Actually, you should have stayed blue pill. Because, a lot of blue pill dudes are upset, but guess what? They're not complaining as much as red pill dudes. They just call it life. And the funny thing is, blue pill people actually, at some point, whether they get messed up or not, they figure it out. They actually somewhat figure it out. But here you have a whole red pill man that got all this knowledge, that watched these videos day in and day out, and still can't figure it out. And you've effectively made your dating problem a weed problem, a problem for a bunch of people. And that ties right back to what I was saying before, problem solving skills. So, again, who's gonna buy you? Y'all swatted my hand. Y'all said F you, F your game. We don't need game. We don't need none of that. We got something better, Cuda. All we gotta do is get our passports. Okay, where you at? How did that help you? BGS didn't get on the plane with you, but he certainly told you to go get on the plane. A lot of people told y'all to go get on the plane and go straight to the blade. MOT didn't get on no plane. The manosphere doesn't even know what the hell it wants to be. It's become a parasite. If there's a new movement coming out, guess what? Oh, the manosphere gonna be a part of it. The manosphere is in every single gang, but the gang it needs to be in. And you still try to sneak soak and get game all day. The game, you can sneak soak all day. That sneak soaking don't mean nothing if you're not putting nothing into work or if you're not going outside. I knew the space was changing when people's questions started changing. When the last time? When the last time you heard a young dude or Edward or anybody in the space talk about some, yo, I went out last night and had a blast. I met this young lady and she was cool. We had a great conversation. Had a good interaction. But I felt like she was attracted to me, but I didn't pursue. Like, what could I do next time if that situation was to happen? What's going on, Ms. V? What can I do next time if that situation was to happen? Because she was pretty cool, and I really wanted to see what's up. But I felt I kind of dropped the ball. Can you brothers help me out with this little situation so that I know what to do next time? Nope. I really learned over the years that black men and people in this space, because they got beef with somebody or they don't like something, that they will literally cut their hand off before they even think about using it. And then in return, they will try to pretend like they never had a hand in the first place. And think you're dumb enough not to know or realize what they just did. They will let their bullshit lead them in places where straight up common sense would take it out. Now we're not even talking about game no more. We're talking about another field of intelligence, common sense. We had dudes live for years and tell y'all that the space was about progress. Then you had somebody like me that was like, oh, okay, well let's progress. Let's get some equipment. Oh no, we don't need no equipment. We don't need no. Oh, you like talking about women? Well, why don't you go outside and just like you don't have to fuck, but mingle amongst beautiful women. Oh no. We don't got it. We don't no. Get on the plane. Oh no. We could talk about the plane and everything all day, but we're gonna be in America. But no. We don't get on that. Hey, the red pill ain't about women, you know. Oh no, yes it is. Oh, we're gonna talk about women all day. So I'm wondering how this new manosphere, because now we done seen everybody that been here. Now they lying. They straight up lying and try to run a new narrative. But guess what? Pertaining to the new manosphere, and it's going to be a new black manosphere, I'm telling you. Pertaining to the new manosphere, they're irrelevant now. So this is going to be my prediction. Because the new manosphere is coming. But it's a bunch of new cats that are mixed in with everybody and the quote unquote greater manosphere. And that's where the flip is gonna be. Because I knew at some point it was gonna happen, I just didn't know how. The racism this time around is more covert. So you're gonna have a lot of people stealing ideas and biting off of everybody. Hence, whatever. Biting off of Fresh and Fit, Pearl, all these other plants that are damn near in the space to gray up the waters. Because a lot of y'all like to talk this red pill shit, but y'all never witnessed it back in the day where it got into a real dark, racist place. And it had to be a split called the Black Manosphere. So the trade-off is gonna be they're gonna get into Hollywood, certain other people in the greater manosphere, and they're gonna leave the Black Manosphere in the dust. Because they've been stealing from the Black Manosphere the whole time. Hence why I told you the white manosphere actually creates more incels versus the black manosphere. The black manosphere keeps a place for incels to kind of delve around and make it seem like they're not incels, whereas the white manosphere has certain places that are directly for incels, dudes that actually accept it. But a lot of black people in this space, they haven't accepted that that's probably what they are. And that's probably not their problem, first of all. Some of y'all that miss so much lessons, you're gonna realize that women ain't even your damn problem. Women ain't even your damn problem. Circle jerking and watching a panel full of attractive 18 and 22, 23, 25 year olds trying to talk about some war room shit. Nigga, that should only be entertainment for like a month to somebody that's truly red pill. Because you already knew that. It might be a wonder just to see it play out in person, but then after a while it's like, all right, what we talking about now? Do you really think the Black Manosphere needs another Fresh and Fit type show? When are people gonna actually? When are people gonna actually really tell the truth and just say, yeah, it's about pussy. It's about pussy, and it's about black women. Cause you can go anywhere and travel. You can, nigga, you can bang them all. Go ahead, right? But there's something about Western women that you just can't shake. Most most of y'all grew up around them your whole life. They're your sisters, they're your cousins, they're your niece. Who else gonna date them? See, it would be different if y'all actually really got on a plane and go to some of these other countries and find yourself a different life. But that's not the case. And if you're on a plane, you on the first thing smoking back to America. Because that's what you know. That's a home game. So what do you want to do? Do you want Keisha? How How did that work before? Did she get out on you? Do you have a vendetta? What are you really trying to do? Are you trying to take a woman out the club and square her up and wife her up? Do you have the skill set to do that? Is it worth doing that? You know, that's like getting out the friend zone again. Is she gonna be respectful to you if you do that? Would she fuck with you? Does she like you? Would she even do that for you? And then ask yourself, if she was to do that for you, would you still be attracted to her? So this is why you gotta be your own man, because if you follow the manosphere for the last couple of years, you might have gained a taste for some dirty meat. And now you in the street for the dirty meat. If you go into the street. Because it used to be they were telling you to go get yourself a responsible woman. Go get yourself a really good woman. Problem is, a lot of those women are wifed up. Problem is, a lot of those women, you're going to have to figure out and find them in your town or neighborhood or wherever the hell you at and rizz them up. Can you identify a really good woman that's going to be up out of the streets and really get on your program? Or are you going to try to get that butt naked girl on the dance floor home and play hooky? Yeah, I can't save them anymore. I can't. Like after a while, like when them niggas swatted my hands over the microphone, over the game, and all the shit that they need over real progress. Oh, I said, oh, okay. All that arguing, all that back and forth, all of that bullshit. Where did it get the space, man? Now the elders done abandoned you talking about some I'm running an experiment. Boy, if you don't, ooh boy. All of those stats, all of them numbers, all of that shit. Never underestimate never underestimate the ability for a very talented person to throw their talents away, man. Never underestimate it. You know how much talented people in this manosphere? Do you know how much talented people are in this damn manosphere? And you would never know because they don't even play to their strengths. And they would do all of that to throw it away to a thought. And then turn around and lie to you and say they're not attracted to a thought. How that works? People do it all the time. Aren't we red pill? We supposed to see that. Damn. This guy over here, he's a preacher. But deep down inside, no matter how much of the gospel he preaches or anything he kicks, that preacher still may want to get with a prostitute. I know that that's not the right thing for him to do. I know it's wrong. But that's the reality. Now, is he going to be upfront with it? Is he going to talk about it? Is he going to hide it and be doing it behind closed doors? Is he going to get another kept woman to look like everything is good and peachy, but on the side, It's not like you don't gotta go to the strip club to go meet the girl. She gonna come right to church. So let's turn that into some manosphere shit. You're a smart guy. You worked at a company for a long time. You put brothers on and hired them, right? You rose through the ranks, starting to make some decent money. But you need you a woman. Where do you go to find that woman? Don't date at work. What are you going to do to go obtain that woman to help you in the business or whatever? Or if you're an entrepreneur, how do you date now? Do you date? So you just got to be real with yourself, what type of woman that you want. You could probably get with the kept woman and the unkept woman, but guess what? In the back of your head, you know what type of woman that you want. Some of y'all might get to a certain age and be like, damn, you know what? I ain't really go through my player phase, man. Yeah, I got me a couple of nice joints, but I ain't never really got that shit up out of my system. Just kind of really see where I can go with it if I needed to go somewhere with it. Women too. Women go through the same shit. Be a beautiful, cute girl, all this other shit. Pretty girl, all this shit going for her, but guess what? She want to hang out with weird ass niggas that be in the shit. So it's happening on both sides. But what's gonna be the medium to put it together? Because the manosphere for the longest time had to do every fucking thing, bro. Had to help out women by proxy. Had to help out dudes, hopefully directly. It wasn't about women. But nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to watch until it's about women. And it's not about hating women. It's not about none of the things people think it is. But guess what? This space can't fight back. This space can't say, no, we don't know this guy. This space can't say none of that. This space can't do none of that because guess what? They threw it all the way to women. And weird ass conversation. Dudes would rather act cool on the internet and say, I would never date a Brittany Renner, instead of trying to get at a Brittany Renner. Knowing damn well they want a Brittany Renner type. Dudes would say, oh, I don't want a trad con. I don't want no woman to sell me some delusion. When in actuality, that's exactly what they want. So that's why you have women out here that can listen to a She-Ra 7 or a Chrissy or for Harriet and stuff like that. And then the fucked up part is that they're literally doubling back and regurgitating the shit they heard us say over the years. And if you go back into their catalog, because nobody wants to do their homework, they were vehemently against that. Go look at women right now talking about what's going on with the L Gibbets and what's going on in the dating world today and stuff like that. And don't see if it don't sound like a complete. All they do is copy us. You got a young lady right now that's going live talking shit about the Manosphere in the Manosphere channel, set up just like the Manosphere. Everything is basically, nigga, aside from you just being a woman, nigga, you the Manosphere on your channel. But there's a space for her to talk shit in the Manosphere. Whereas if you came here in 2018, 2019, bro, oh no, then nothing like that would have never existed. And if it did, the women were smart enough to go to their side of the internet and go do that. A lot of y'all haven't been here long enough. Y'all don't know who Renaissance Women is. Y'all don't know who Courtney Michelle is. Y'all don't know who some of these other women. And you know what those women are doing right now? They over on Discord pre-breaking other brothers that are destined to actually end up or come to this space. And I dare the space to try to lie, try to pretend like brothers wasn't here warning them. Brothers didn't go into great details. Brothers didn't really put other brothers on. I damn near had a hand in everybody that claims 4.0 or 3.0 in this space. I can confidently say that because I'm still active. And I literally apologized to all of them because when I got into this space, not even when I got into the space, I've seen it. I've been in this space for a long time. But when I actually got into the space, when Black Ram say, "Yo, I give Kuda my stamp of approval. You're officially, yeah." Shout outs to Black Ram 313, and he came out to Thailand. He ain't sitting here and talking about some, oh, I'm running some experiments. He didn't sit here and start saying a whole bunch of stupid shit. That man was living his life and inviting y'all into it. And he been here for the longest time. Shout outs to another gentleman that's been here, Thinking Man's Templar. Shout outs to Thinking Man's Templar. Shout outs to Whoa. Shout out, man. Some of us ain't about to let that shit, all that shit be in vain, bro. So y'all can sit here and goof off because that's what people been doing for the longest time. There's no reason in hell that this space should not be equipped. There's no reason in hell that we shouldn't be doing it on a bigger scale and be in charge of all the new people that's coming in trying to bite off of our shit. They should be coming to us, coming with a check. But that's what they're gonna do. They're watching how stupid this damn space is. They're gonna start putting plants in the space, and people gonna be like, "Oh damn, that's crazy." And people gonna be coming in here with equipment, editing, and all kinds of stuff. YouTubers, real YouTubers are gonna be coming in here. Not no dudes that are just picking up their phone talking shit all day. And in the space that allegedly has all this high IQ and all this other shit, we should have been seen that coming. Been prepping for that. Been prepping for all of that shit. You don't know how to use a camera? Guess what? You go on YouTube. If you don't got the money to go take a filming school or whatever, which are affordable now, or go on Udemy and go figure out how to shoot a damn camera and go find a camera and go put it on your damn stuff. You don't know anything about sound? Guess what? You come holler at me or whatever. I'll get you right on the camera, the sound, and everything. I'll get you right on a whole bunch of different stuff. But guess what? You're going to have to do that individually. I can't do it for you. So the excuse of yesterday that, oh, I don't know how to do that, that's bullshit. Instead of just saying, yo, I didn't take the time out of my day or an hour out of my day to go do that. Thank you, Toya. Shout outs to Cartel. Yeah, man. Well, the thing is that AI technology is not going to replace everything because we're going to start using it a little bit differently. But it can replace what certain people, you know what I'm saying, what certain people can do or what they know. So I'm not going to, I'm an artist. So I'll fuck around and take that AI shit. People like, oh, I want to see a picture of Obama in a clown suit. And they'll use AI for that way. Anything that you have is only as good as the person that's using it. Because that AI shit is gonna pan out in the next 4 to 5 years because people is the thing about art and things of that sort is that it's too perfect. If I punch in something into artificial intelligence, it's gonna be too perfect. The genre of music that I'm creating right now is called lo-fi, right? And you want to know why lo-fi gives a nostalgic feel? Because it sounds good but there's a bit of imperfection into it. Like when you put on a record, an old record that got a little bit of dust and stuff like that because it sat in the basement for a long time, you hear the needle kind of skipping over it, but it's not a bad thing. It gives it a certain sound. All the equipment that I told people to get, if they were getting that equipment and getting on here and using that equipment every day, you're gonna hear the difference between a brand new piece of equipment that's emulating that equipment versus broken in equipment. You know what I'm saying? Vintage mic versus the newer mic. Totally different sound. Yeah, people want authenticity. Yeah. That's the thing about the computers. The computers are going to be a little bit too great. We had this problem. We had this problem back in the day in the music industry where and this is the type of knowledge that you guys need to learn, like or that I can give you, some mental chewing gum. The guy Roger Lynn, when he was creating a basically a drum machine or a groove box or a sampler, people didn't like the synthesized sound with the drums because all music is snapped onto a grid, and what people do is they use a metronome to really track the grid, and the metronome goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's a faster BPM, beats per minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But guess what? When you put stuff on that grid, those drums are gonna hit every single time at that time. Those kicks are gonna hit every single time. Those snares are gonna hit every single time. So I wouldn't say it's too perfect, but you know what's gonna happen. Your brain actually gets used to the repetition very fast, and it happens just like that. All you gotta do is hear it over and over again, and your brain is gonna. And when you hear it over and over again, your brain is gonna start to pick up on the rhythm because it's nothing but patterns. It's nothing but patterns being put together. But if you were to go to hear that song live, getting played live, and the drummer sitting there playing it, it's not going to be perfect, but it is going to sound good. Same thing is going to happen with AI because it's art. It's being punched into something to create something else. An hour and 23 minutes into this podcast. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and support tonight's show or today's show. Obviously, it's in the daytime where you guys are. But make sure you guys like and subscribe and support the channel because there's really nobody here really lacing y'all with some real game, giving y'all this information and making it relatable to certain things and giving y'all that mental tools to start seeing certain patterns, recognizing patterns and stuff like that. Some real shit. But artificial intelligence is only as good as the people using it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was to use artificial intelligence right now, instead of making a picture of Obama with a dunce cap on, I will make a mixtape cover or track art. I could type in the name of a song that I'm thinking about, and it could take it and turn it into track art. The reason why they're using AI nowadays is because it has all the information from different people that use social media websites and certain things and use the algorithm. How you respond to the algorithm. We're all responding to an algorithm right now. What's going on, Baston? He said, but I think that's what made James Brown a genius. Yeah, James Brown. When there wasn't a drummer there or something, he'll pluck the chord and simulate certain things, or he'll tap on his guitar and simulate a metronome, which usually drums follow the metronome. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what he did was he took an instrument and he used it in an unconventional way that that instrument is used, which creates what I use today, a groove box. I don't use a computer. But then again, some of the technology that's in these groove boxes is like using a computer. But it's a little bit different because it's destined to do that one thing. And then you have something called a workaround that if it can't do that one thing, you could work around it to get it to do other things and develop a sound because you're using it in a different way that is not it wasn't meant to be used. So, like I said, how the internet is imitating life, you have the organic and then you have the mechanic. A computer works like your brain. But guess what? Ain't it funny? Even though it's a percent more, that you hear this saying that, oh, humans only use 11 or 10% of their brain. But the funny part is that humans only use 12% of the actual internet. You're using an interface. Twitch, Pinterest, browsers, all of that shit, that's only a slight percentage of the internet. The internet is a whole big world. If you know anything about the dark web, right? Only reason why it still exists to this day is because the military uses it. That's why. The military uses it. But they expect you to not use it. And if you access it or do something, they will be notified. Or somebody gonna be notified. Like, come on now. But what would never change though is how you interact with people in real life. But guess what? That can change too because guess what? You're not the only person using the internet. They're using the internet too. Some of the stuff that's coming across your timeline is coming across their timeline too. Now, like I said, things are only as good as the person that uses it or interprets it and stuff like that. You can see a video and somebody can stop you and be like, okay, what did you just witness? And you'll explain one thing. The girl beside you or another dude beside you, your homeboy, he can see the video and somebody be like, okay, what did you see? And explain something completely different. A lot of times we fixate ourselves on trying to be so different that we end up being the same. It's a human thing. It's a human, we're human. AI is nothing but man trying to play God once again. Because guess what? Artificial intelligence is not human. It's artificial. I just ate a bunch of artificial crab. Guess what? I don't know where it came from. It probably didn't come out the sea. Artificial crab tastes good than a motherfucker, but it probably didn't come out the sea. We don't think about a lot of things. If I wanted to go to Burger King right now and get a big ass beef burger, I don't think about where the buns came from, how long it sat there, how long. Like, and it's the same thing with a lot of stuff. You want a Ferrari in the future that hasn't yet got built yet? All the materials and all of that shit that is going to be used to build that car for you in the future, should in case you want one or become successful. All of those materials exist. They just haven't came together yet. Same thing as fucking sandwich. Where they find the cows, not your problem. Where they get the lettuce from, not your problem. Tomatoes, what do you want on it? A1 sauce. All of these things exist and they come together for you. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody thinks about it that way because they're like, man, I'm hungry. When you're hungry, you won't see, yo, I need to quench this urge. That's the, man, look, a fucking computer don't have to eat. A fucking computer, it can sleep, but it doesn't have to, depending on how it's built. Those things have to be maintained. Of course, you have to be maintained also, but you have to take care of yourself. Computer don't got no chance, no time to think about that. And if it does, self-preparing itself. We're playing God again because we're trying to make Go watch iRobot. We're playing God again because we're trying to make things that aren't us to become more relatable, to learn more about ourselves. That's why if you ever heard the saying that you're a spiritual being having a human experience and stuff like that. There's another saying that being a man or a woman or a human having a spiritual being having a human experience is God playing a game with himself into tricking himself into believing that he himself is not God. No, I don't know why, but that's really what it is. We sit here and we try to play God. We play God every time when somebody gets an abortion or something. We play God. We play God in almost every facets of our lives. Some people even say that you're not even supposed to be listening to music like that because music is a chant. It's a chant over and over again. It's like a affirmation. But we got so good at programming computers and music and stuff like now, right now, that you can use something like this. You can use something like this, and if I want to hear a song, I can take the lyrics out. Or if I like the lyrics, I can just hold on. You'll hear it. Mm. Let's say I don't like these drums and I want to program my own drums because I think I can play better. Take the drums out or bring them back in. As a matter of fact, I just want to hear the drums. This is how smart computer technology is getting. All right, I only got 10% battery, y'all, but I'm about to get up out of here. But this is how smart computer technology is getting. It's getting so smart that you can start doing unimaginable things with it. That could be good and that could be bad. You know? Speaking of AI, I got to get this new affiliate funnel right. Speaking of bread, I also got to brush hog this field and check on my garden. Thanks for the wisdom. No problem. Yeah. And honestly, use it to make money. I mean, honestly, use artificial intelligence when you go to sleep. Hell yeah, that shit working while you're sleeping. Because remember, I just told you, you got to go to sleep. You could put a computer on sleep, but it's still not sleeping. You know. But I drop gems, man. That's all I do. I drop gems, man. If I learn something, I try to spread the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And I actually drop more than it's expected because, like I said, I'm a young single man. I don't got no kids. I'm enjoying myself. Life couldn't be any much better. You know, and honestly, the wisdom that I would have passed off to my children, which wouldn't have understood it, I could pass it off to y'all. If I'm learning something or doing something, talk to you guys about it. But I mean, honestly, man, I really wish that this space really did support a lot of the real brothers that's doing something. Obviously, I know I get myself in the fuckery sometimes, but honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. I try to stay clear of it. You know, you gotta preserve yourself, man. You gotta preserve yourself. You know, people all my age, they grade up and all kinds of shit. Not I. Not I, like shit. Let me stop speaking shit into existence, man. But honestly, man, uh, I, I tend to get tired of telling young brothers, yo, you can come here and you can actually learn something. Maybe I might be talking about myself a little bit too much and what I got going on because if they end up coming to this space and stuff like that, they might be expecting improvement and expecting something else, and then they might get duped into one of these experiments, and they sit up here listening to the manosphere, not listening to me or somebody else, end up dealing with some type of harlot or some hussy or whatever, fucked around and have a kid. Now they stuck, and they can't even come back and get information from the person that put them in that bullshit in the first place. Some of y'all are gonna listen to certain people and take your ass on a damn plane. And you're like, hey, I'm here. What do I need to do now? The whole point of this space is to learn how to think for yourself, and that requires you to put the work in. You gotta go outside. Like you gotta really be serious about living and maintaining your real life, man. Of course, all of these stories and these fancy, these fancy, these fancy acronyms and all of that stuff is cool to learn and stuff like that. But honestly, bro, you gotta go outside. You gotta really go touch the pavement. Really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know I can still have kids. I ain't tripping on that. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good on the children, but it's like like people just really gotta experience life, man. That's really what it is. Because obviously, a lot of people, if they go really experience life, your whole algorithm on this whole internet will change. You don't gotta be asking, yo, does this person really do this? Does this person really have women? Does this person? You too busy dealing with your own stuff. And you can tell who really actually, if you really, y'all ears are primed to the space now. You can tell who's actually really doing things in the real world off of just sheer conversation. You can tell, and not even just sheer conversation. What they show you. I knew this. I knew the space was on some goofy shit when somebody that never had a passport, never been to Thailand, was sitting there telling y'all, yo, when you get to Thailand, this is what's gonna happen. They're gonna be all over you. They're gonna be doing this. They're gonna be doing that. And somebody in their chat asked them, they said, yo, have you ever even been to Thailand? Nah, but my friend was telling me that they were gonna do this and they were gonna do that. And then you had some other people that was actually from Thailand, like, yo, I'm out here right now. What do you need to know? Nobody gave a damn. I'm watching this in this person's chat, and I'm like, wow, that's even fucked up. Even me, I had a personal stint where I'm like, what do you need to know? I'm actually out here. Like, it's like nighttime where y'all at. It's daytime here. And you'd be like, oh, he got a green screen. Oh, he just done it. People will rather listen to somebody talk about something than somebody that's actually in that spot, showing them things and stuff like that. I knew it was goofy because these were adults. I've seen kids go on YouTube and watch other kids play with action figures instead of playing with action figures their damn self. And I sat back and I said, wow, because I used to like playing with action figures. I loved action figures. Oh, man. The WWF action figures, the only thing I didn't have was a damn Titantron. I had the actual wrestling ring. I had the actual, the action figures. I had the Rock. I had Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels. I had all of them. And I would take them out. I would sit down. I would play scenarios, them pulling the chair from under the ring and the Dudley boys. I had the tables that you could break and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there animating with the action figures, bending the knee, bending his arm for like a punch so he can punch stuff. And what I'm explaining to y'all is that I'm actually using my imagination. Whether I knew who was going to win the match or not, whether if anybody was going to win, I could have probably got a phone call and got up and left, and just the toys were just sitting there. But what it did was it engaged more parts of my brain. It engaged my senses. You put on coffee? Shouts to coffee. Cheers, man. It engaged parts of myself that was very important. If you don't use your imagination or your brain, somebody gonna use it for you. It's as simple as that. So it's smartphones are in the hands of dumb people. It doesn't take a long fucking time for a computer to figure you out. All you got to do is lessen people's options, and obviously, within the four options that you have, you're going to choose one of the four. The game is not in what you're going to choose. The game is lessening your options to make it more manageable. It's exactly how your brain works. It breaks certain things down to compartmentalize it and try to understand it. But if you don't have no real experience or you don't have certain things in place, one, your brain's not going to know how to decipher the real from the fake. And then two, you don't have a pre-existing relationship with something that will enable your brain to understand a new concept or something that you're trying to learn. And another thing too, people be trying to make people feel messed up or crazy because they failed a test or they failed at something or they failed stuff. Nobody ever tells you that you failed forward. You fail forward. Some failure doesn't feel good, but you can learn. You can learn. Pain teaches people. Growing pains. Guess what? You go to the gym. You want to get more bulk. You got to go tear some muscle. That's painful, but it helps you get swole. You know. So my thing is basically, a lot of people are lucky to even still be alive, to be able to get up and say, yo, I can go learn a new skill today. I can get up, I can go learn how to. First of all, some of y'all are blessed. Hold on, hold on. All right, we got 5%. I'm about to be up out of here. Some of y'all are blessed to be able to open up your eyes, have all your damn fingers and toes and shit, and being able to wake up another day and take a crack at something that you want. Slow progress shouldn't phase you, but no progress. You should be terrified of no progress, not slow progress. Um, Going into the future, neither me or y'all should have to hear any of these content creators talking about some, I don't have a camera. You have a whole phone, my guy. I don't have a microphone. I don't have none of that stuff. I don't have none. No, then you shouldn't be doing YouTube if you're not working towards nothing. The manosphere, I tried. That's all I'm gonna say. So when this goes off and I go ahead to my apartment to go sit down and go edit some videos or work on some more content that y'all about to see on this channel, y'all can go wherever the hell y'all want to go and go learn about women some more. Women and what some women did and what some women didn't do. You can go learn about women. You can go learn about women from dudes that ain't actually dealing with them to actually give you some type of information. At least if I showed you a guy with the word feminist on his side and I broke down how simps really ain't getting a good end of the stick nowadays, and then at the same time, women aren't even showing dudes that would lay their coat over a puddle any type of loyalty. This nigga laid his coat over a fucking puddle. The bitch stepped on the motherfucking coat and got in the car with another nigga. Left your ass for dead. Let me see if this will work. Fasty said Austin Hooligan is raising a GoFundMe of $70,000 and people will donate to him after saying a lot of passport bros hate. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hate black women. Yeah. I told y'all that was gonna come. Me, Toya, a whole bunch of Young Jay, a whole bunch of people. I told y'all that was gonna happen. Told y'all, bro. He a young man. First of all, it's the same thing. It's the same thing like myself. He shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. He shouldn't have been in that position to lead brothers in the first place. But 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 that's how goofy this space is. And honestly, if you go back 2 years, dudes in the manosphere was not fucking with no passport bros. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Me and Marco and Zero and Jessica, we were over here setting up ways that brothers can meet up with other brothers and actually really go somewhere. Marco met up. Marco met up with Thinking Man's Templar and showed him all around Colombia. Marco done changed that man's life in a positive way because guess what? It's better than not having nobody to show you something. You got to learn by yourself in another foreign country. It's better to have a homeboy or a brother there to really put you on the game and show you, yo, this is where you go. This is the women that you talk to. Don't talk to women that you see out here doing this because this can happen and this can happen and stuff like that. And then put him down with some really women. Now, Thinking Man's Templar is doing nothing but passport content. His whole life is changing, and he giving you optimal game. All because somebody made a call and say, "Hey, yo, hey, can you do this? Can you?" Man, Colombia big as fuck. It takes balls to go to these places, man. Let me see if my second phone will work. Oh yeah, it will. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, we back. God damn, this is a small ass camera. All right, I'm about to go home. Yeah, man. There's so many people in this space I never seen them before. And they're like, "Oh, I'm the manosphere. I'm manosphere." And if you follow MOT goofy flip flopping ass, bro, y'all deserve what you get. He could have learned. He could have learned a lot from me. I mean, he been watching the shows. I've been tagging him and stuff. He figured out some stuff. He know who I am. But bro, I'm not about to force no. I'm not about to force no man to you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, the people start treating you like a fan. I'm not a fan of Austin Holland. You know what I'm saying? I'm just another man. That's all. You see, I think a lot of these older dudes are living through the advice they gave to dudes watching ages 21 through 30, which nothing is wrong to want to see them win, but giving the wrong info is an issue. Yeah, it is a little bit low. Okay. My thing is this. My thing is this. I can't be here telling y'all that women are sending other women to the damn gulag and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Giving other women tainted game. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something, man. I mean, not every older brother is to be trusted. There's a lot of older brothers that'll give younger men fucked up game just as much, if not more, than older women give the younger women fucked up game. But the thing is that to a certain degree, as an older man, you're not competing with the younger brothers. You understand what I'm saying? He on a whole different basketball court. Y'all not on the same court unless you want some bullshit. So what's it to you? Help the brother or whatever and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Like, look. You know what I'm saying? I messed up. I messed up my leg doing this. Don't ever do this. As a matter of fact, use these type of shoes because you'll thank me later in the long run. And honestly, when you do your jumper, curve your arm a certain type of way, and you'll get the bucket every single time. Oh man, thank you, OG. Damn, I appreciate that. Yeah, just make sure you practice that. If you need me to come down to the gym and help you out with that, cool. What's wrong with that? You not competing with that, man. You said he's getting his advice through Dennis Sperling. Probably, but after a while, man, even myself. I mean, shit. I feel like I'm an old man right now. That's one of my What's one of the nicknames? The girls I deal with call me. They call me old man. You know, or they call me old man to a certain degree as a joke. But even myself, I'll admit to you, man. After a while, you get senile. You get the tripping. Some things that was true yesterday ain't gonna be true tomorrow. Some people don't want to hear that a new world. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I done seen a lot. I'm very blessed to be here. I'm very blessed to have an audience like you guys. I'm very blessed to be in the position that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Whether I understand it or not, or make the right choices and moves or not. All right, very blessed. But I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. I'm not cocky enough to say that, and because I know how outside is, but I'm not cocky enough to say that, hey, you know, nothing has changed. The same world that I lived in as a youth is going to be the same world that you live in as a youth today and exist. Hell no, these people are experiencing new things. And I've sat down and I paid attention long enough to realize and can put together a world that they're experiencing in their youth while I'm an actual adult. I could sit here and talk to a younger generation kid that's in high school right now. Same thing with disease and other people, and thoroughly explain to them how Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Um, how Instagram is influencing some of their thoughts and some of their basically some of their thoughts on certain things. I can sit there and tell them, hey, this is a game that was played a minute ago, and see it's resurfacing right now, but on a larger scale. You can break certain things like that down to certain people, and certain kids, and stuff like that, and people that's having dating hangups and issues and stuff like that. You can break down, and I'm just using that as an example, but you can break down the fuckery that goes on in today's world pertaining to certain things. You can break that shit down easily. But if you didn't pay attention, or you didn't, have the foresight, and you are not cocky enough to be like, listen, man, this is their world right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's your world right now too, but this is what they're going through. This is their reality. This is a reality in their world. Obviously, the internet existed. The internet existed when was coming up, but we were beta testing a lot of that stuff. A lot of things were different. Things have changed. If something happened at school, guess what? It happened at school. You have to go there the next day and go there and experience it and stuff like that. But if something happens on Instagram, guess what? You go to school and it's there already, because everybody at school on Instagram or on another website or something like that, or things getting passed around, or you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of different things could be happening. So to really think that somebody else's reality of something is I mean, you can know of it, you can know exactly what they're going through and give them the game to actually maneuver through it, but To think that you to be cocky enough to be like, hey man, nothing's changed, and this is the whole blah 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 and this that and the third, and then you wondering why you cannot connect with the youth is because guess what? You're talking about your reality, not what could be their reality. You're not giving no context as to what they could be going through and how they could be interpreting things, so they can be like, oh damn, you know what? Now that you said that, I kind of did think of it that way, but damn, okay, let me hear what you got to say because damn, you kind of really highlighted how I was thinking, but you could show me something else, or you could put something else on the table. A lot of these older cats can't even put variables on the table. Niggas talking about some. Oh, Austin Holloman was right. Austin Holloman has it together. These kids nowadays they're dating out of they're dating women of other races and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, that's bullshit. That's half the truth. You want me to tell you what's really going on without the bullshit? Trying to sell y'all some fake passport bro shit that technically that nigga you clearly not, and I'm not. I'm not no fucking passport bro. But guess what? You want to know why kids are dating out of interracially and stuff like that? Because guess what? It's cool. It's the thing to do. You go outside and you see it. Did you know? And I keep telling y'all, it's happening really young. Did you know young black women in middle school and in high school are having lesbian relationships with white women? Did you know that? Did you know that? Young black sisters are having white girlfriends in middle school and in high school. White girlfriends. But don't even look at it from the perspective of young black sisters are having, white girlfriends in middle school or in high school. Look at it also too is that young white girl feels like she's liberated, and both of them actually, not just one. Just think of it from one side and then look at it from the other side. She think that she's liberating herself, and it's cool to have a sister as a girlfriend. Some of these sisters, they're dating young Hispanic men, depending on where you from in the public schools and what's going on. People are dating out. People been dating out, but kids are really dating out, and not for the same reason that they see adults dating out. They're getting a whole bunch of different experiences and things under their belt. Young black men are dating certain African women, and Spanish women, and Asian women. People are testing the waters, not because they know what they're doing, not because of any of that, because basically it's the thing to do. It's intermixing. It's cultural. Go look up what they plan on having. This is a social experiment. Go look up what they plan on having Americans look like in what 2030 or some shit. They're trying to intermix Americans and turn them into an exotic breed. This is all documented. So some dude saying, "Hey man, you know what I'm saying? My grandson, he has a little Asian girlfriend. He's divesting already and using his passport and blah blah blah." Man, that's bullshit. It's because it's cool. It's because it's different. It's because certain things aren't going on. But yeah, but that Asian girl, she's dating out also. Everybody's damn near dating out. It's kind of like a melting pot, but it's really not. It's a salad bowl. But they're not just dating out. Boys are getting with boys. Girls are getting with girls. All kinds of shit. Your kids are seeing this. Not even seeing, doing. And you and them have access to the internet. So they're not even kids anymore at that point. They're basically young adults. Young adults. You think your little V chip works on your damn phone? Oh no, they can get access to all kinds of shit because we were doing it. So what I'm saying is that for somebody to interpret that and say, "Oh, this person is being stoic," or "This person is taking in our messages and all this other stuff," man, listen. These kids are trying shit for the sake of trying shit. That's what you do as kids. You're fucking learning on about what you may want. Now, when they get older, that may come into play. Oh man, I had a beautiful uh, uh, Latina girl in my when I was in the sixth grade or when I was in the ninth grade and stuff like that. You know what? As an adult, because most people regress back to what they were doing in high school in adulthood. That's just that's a part of certain things, but it's not to be conflated or misconstrued. It's not to be this. It's not to be like, oh, he's on some passport bro shit. It's like, no, he's just dating an Asian chick. Like, I'm hearing dudes talk about certain things where it's like, oh man, I gotta do this to keep so she knows that my masculinity's intact and keep it in blah blah blah. And it's like, bro, for real, it's like riding a bicycle, my guy. You're learning all of this shit to do it effortlessly and damn near forget why you got into learning it anyway. The point of becoming a player or a man or a guy that's good with women or good with stocks and certain things is basically like muscle memory. A boxer that won a whole bunch of championships is not asking why does he punch, because he punches because he studied and trained and just be punching just for the sake of punching, whether he in the match or not in the match. He just be punching shit because he practiced it. He focused on it every day and he perfected it. Nobody ever thinks that you're gonna have to learn how to be yourself. Nobody ever thinks that you're gonna have to learn how to be yourself. You can say you want certain things, but you might not be able to do certain things, or you know what I'm saying, pull certain things off. But guess what? You practice and you learn a little bit, and then guess what? Now you're doing it effortlessly, and then now you really have a clear head because you're not taking up brain space trying to worry about doing something that you're already doing, and you're actually doing it better than you thought you've been doing it. This is why when I tell you that certain naturals and stuff like that, they don't need to learn certain things that they already know how to do, and they don't feel like they need to do that because they already do it. Now, if you don't know how to do it and you're learning how to do it, you think you're gonna try to? You think you still got to study while when you mastered it? No. So a lot of people aren't into mastery and stuff like that. Just learn how to do certain things. It's okay if you got to learn how to be yourself. Thank you, Cup Chai. Thank you. It's okay if you have to learn how to be your. It's okay if you have to learn how to be yourself, but don't make that a burden for anybody else or yourself. That's all. So I don't know. I'm gonna do a show probably later on and try to really explain to y'all a new set of rules on how to navigate the manosphere, because on my come up and back in the day, it was only a handful of manosphere creators and stuff like that. Now y'all nigga, this shit like cable. We went through the manosphere attitude era. This shit like cable, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, and this goes right back into the production argument that I've been pushing. Back in the day, remember when you used to watch TV, or remember when people used to watch TV? It was only about 4, 5, 6 channels that you could pick up. So if you really wanted to sit there and watch TV, guess what? You had to watch a certain channel at a certain time, where a certain show that kind of resonates with you or something that you can kind of get into or listen to comes on, and you understand what I'm saying? And you basically listen to the television programming or whatever at a certain time. Sometimes you flip channels, or sometimes you just don't watch TV at all. And then later on, cable came along, and then when cable came along, then you know you had more channels than you can chew on. And actually, you was watching less TV then, because guess what? Your ass had to go to work and pay that expensive ass cable bill. But now we're in a day and age where the space has become like cable. Like, okay, nigga, what channel are you tuning into? And are you actually learning from it? You know, the people's brains didn't start getting fried until cable came out. Because guess what? Not all cable channels had any type of news or any type of, not all cable channels had news you can use. Some channels were just straight up music videos all day, in and out, music videos, music videos, music videos, music videos. Some channels are just straight up sports, 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 sports. Some channels are just straight up, So I know I know this is old thinking, but sometimes you gotta go back to conventional. You gotta go back to old shit to understand how far the apple fell from the tree. What's really new nowadays? So the space has been diversified. So some of y'all are gonna find the space through Tay Tay baby. Some of y'all can find the space between Tay Tay baby. Some of y'all probably got introduced to it from BGS. Some of y'all probably found it through Eddie. Some of y'all probably got introduced to it through Ram, or Thinking Man's Templar, or myself, or Zero, or Ty City, or Ramil, or somebody else. But it doesn't change the fact that you're still around and you're in the space. It doesn't change the fact that, you know, where you spend in the space is going to determine the quality of your knowledge. And honestly, if you actually go outside and practice some of the stuff that you hear, or um, not even like some, a lot of the space ain't even giving y'all stuff to go outside and practice or put into motion, to tell you the truth. Not like they did back in the day. And like I said, it's even worse than cable now because everything is going on at one time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like you're listening to a video in its entirety and waiting until the end to comment your thoughts on it and get a response. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that we gotta really dial what we're doing here back, and even as an audience member, just take grips. Come to terms and take grips and just get a hold of it. Okay, like I said, where you hang out in the space is gonna determine your quality of the space and determine what kind of BS you're gonna be on in the future, whether it's good, bad, right or wrong, or is it helpful. And actually going out and applying certain things is gonna determine your quality. You know, your quality of your life with some of the things that you put into play. Some of this stuff can enhance your life, but you got to go out and you got to practice it. If you say, "Hey, man, I'm not good with dealing or talking to women," well, guess what? Go outside and deal and talk with women. Eventually, you're gonna get good. Like at least you have the at least you have the reassurance knowing that if you keep doing something for a long time, eventually you'll get good, whether you fail or succeed. You know what I'm saying? So, as men and thinking men, whether it's positive or negative, we are always in our head 24/7. Better make sure that when you're in your head is positive, you know? Because, like I said, if you don't use your brain, somebody else going to use it for you, you know? And if you're not using your head, you're going to fuck around and try to live vicariously through some of these content creators on here. And that nigga going to go live one day and tell you, yeah, I was just running an experiment. Damn, bro, what you gonna do now? what you finna do now? Like, what? So, I might have to do a show talking about the new rules of the space and just give younger brothers, Z's, millennials, even newer brothers, just give brothers a new blueprint on really how to navigate the space. You don't have to listen to me. I'm not inserting myself in the actual conversation, but what I'm saying is that for you to actually really get what the space is actually designed for, aside from the buffoonery and coonery, um, you're gonna have to navigate it a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, a lot of history in this space has taken place, and it's not the same place that it was before. and it's not about the same thing that it was before, you know. And I don't want people to misjudge or mischaracterize you and make it feel like you're in a space not to learn and you're just in here to sit here and laugh at some dumb chicks or whatever, you know, not really, you know what I'm saying? Not really understanding what's going on, all right? Beautiful women are not the smartest people on the planet, all right? So this is like a taking candy from a baby. You did. But listen, man, shout outs to everybody here, man. It's Player Talk Radio. Shout outs to Chris G. Thank you so much for dropping a huge $2.50 on the Cash App. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Shout outs to Kwafi. Shout outs to Cartel. You say you are correct. They think nothing of it. They are not your average feminine butch types either, and they look normal. Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing with these young kids, is normal to them because they're warping their heads. Like, you know, when we were coming up, they were teaching feminism to kids, but they're not even teaching feminism now. They really want these kids to really follow through with they slice, you know, with the sword. Nah, you're not just learning about feminism now. Now you got yourself a white boyfriend, or you got yourself and they don't. And the funny thing is that they don't stay together for a long time. You know, a lot of these, it's really a thing that white and black women are dating each other in what you call it, in like middle to high school and in college and stuff like that. You know. And then you got a lot of, and then the crazy part, the reason why I brought that up is that you got a lot of brothers that don't date anybody. They're an incel in high school, which is not a bad thing, but peer pressure and all that other stuff could tamper with how they become adults. You know, um, and some of them sit back and they watch this. And honestly, I want to give these young brothers the actual confidence to know that you're listening to somebody that actually knows what the fuck you saw, and actually can break that shit down and tell you where it came from and why it's like that and why you probably have these thoughts and stuff like that in your head. Some of these brothers are looking at these young girls and being like, damn, I kind of really do like Shorty. I think she a good person and stuff like that. And I think definitely would want to try, definitely would want to try something with her. But damn, I done seen her. She got a girlfriend. She hanging out with these girls. Damn, it's at the end of the day, school is letting out. I want to ask her if she want to come with me to Chipotle. I got me a free coupon or voucher or some shit. She could slide with me down to the mall and we can just be young adults and go get some Chipotle, go get something to eat. But damn, at the end of this at the end of the day, when the bell rang and class let out, I'm seeing her getting into a fucking SUV with some 20, 30 year old nigga. You gotta, man, these kids seeing all kinds of shit. And they not just seeing it in school, they seeing it on Instagram and all kinds of different shit. So who the hell are we to tell them what type of world they living in? That shit on steroids. That shit turned up. And this ain't the first person they see doing that. They're gonna see a slew of women doing that. And they're not gonna know what to make of it. And that shit gonna turn into a complex in and of itself, especially when it comes down to their thinking of how they would have to deal with the opposite sex. Then they start. Then now, you know what I'm saying? The little phase that you normally would go through as a young kid, you don't go through it now. Holding hands, kicking cans, and holding hands, kicking cans, cupcaking with your boo thing on Valentine's Day, um, um, puppy love, going out on a date and just just being excited just to be around some girl that you like and just all that mushy shit. That shit done. You a fucking kid talking about some of these hoes ain't loyal and she's from the streets, bro. That fuck up a childhood real quick. These kids don't have fond memories of being like, hey man, I'm just a boy, she's just a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? You don't know that shit is gone, man. All right, I don't mind. Look, look, I don't mind raising a young savage. If that's what it's gonna be, so be it. I don't mind raising a young savage, right? But also too, at the end of the day, you want to raise a young gentleman that can actually cut that shit off. Because guess where savages go? To jail. You know, so it's really important that the manosphere actually really show these kids, what's really going on today, but actually show them the right way, whether if they having problems with women or not. That's a very important thing. That's a very important thing. I would never teach somebody any type of game or how to be a player, and still not teach them how to be a decent young human being. Like shit. What you growing to is what you gonna grow into. After a while, you can't help that. But listen, man, you gotta know what seeds you planting, man. And if you ain't planting no goddamn seeds, man, and y'all letting these public schools plant these damn seeds, man, do not be surprised when you look at society and you can't recognize it's nowhere. It's Don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. You know. Shout outs to Kwafi. He said the world travels fast. You are correct. Someone in my building, I lived in Atlanta, tweeted a fake party. Almost 1,000 people. That's fucking funny. That's funny as shit. Damn. You know. That's funny as hell. Yeah, you said, yeah, Kuda, these kids no eats have been programmed and grooved to believe what they believe in. Yeah. These kids, their mindset working on a damn algorithm, which is fucking nuts, bro. The only algorithm you need to be working on is the frequency of the Lord and life. These kids, atheists and don't even realize it. They believe in AI, but they don't believe in God. These kids don't even pray, man. What's going on, Macbones? Yes, sir. Yeah, it is a big social experiment, man. So that's why I'm trying to get y'all the luxury. The last place you need a motherfucker experimenting on y'all and tweaking with y'all is in this damn manosphere, man. That was a bad call on BGS, man. I got mad love and respect for BGS. I even overlooked some of the stuff. I seen the man, directed towards me personally. I overlooked a lot of that shit. It don't matter. And I told y'all, that man, y'all got that man on some bullshit. I think he's a way brilliant more dude. We could be talking about a whole bunch of other stuff, but hey, it's what it is, man. I'm not trying to have niggas over here talking about some man y'all tweaking with people's children. Nah, fuck that. Nah, I'm giving people the game, dog. This is fucked up. A lot of these young brothers don't got no father or no figure in their life that ever cared about them, and they really try to pour themselves into women. And bruh, we gotta do better, man. Yeah, I know, Mac Bones. The reason why I say we gotta do better too is because the assumption is that you just talking to people on the fucking internet, not thinking that they gotta go out in the real life and go experience some of this shit, and that can lead to their demise, whether they navigate it wrong because they think that they on internet time. Yeah, ain't no more High School Musical, man. None of that shit. Fucking kids don't know shit about no damn Harry Potter or nothing, man. Yeah, life is about balance, Cartel. Correct. You said that's so true. I even think my young nephews, 16 and 23, are having issues with the identity crisis. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Coffee. Because those are the years where you like, you at some point between those years, you jump off the porch and you kind of say, yo, you make your appearance to the world. Here I am. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be a caricature of an online persona. You know? Yeah, that's the thing too. It's the same thing. Like we've seen kids do that where you got like well-to-do kids and just kids in general trying to become gangster, right? And let's say, man, I listen to a lot of rap, man. I like the gangster image and the persona and stuff like that. Kind of really don't know what comes with the lifestyle and stuff like that. And then guess what? They go out and try a whole bunch of gangster shit and probably fuck their lives up, or actually get into some crazy shit. And then guess what? Now they stuck with a record or some type of felony or something like that. Hold on, it's a cat. This cat knows me. But anyway, like they end up messing themselves up. They end up messing themselves up with a persona or something, and then now it's like, damn, now they can't even get a regular job anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it all started off with because they didn't know who they was, and then they really had to try to, I don't know, they just didn't know how to navigate it, and it spun the wrong way, and it's like, damn, end up getting caught in a car with some people that you shouldn't be with, and they fucking pin a gun on you or something like that, or people, man, life go fast, bro. And being young and the age to really start playing with that shit, man. So you got to make sure you putting the right information out there because you can ruin a good life really fast. You know, he said I can attest to that. He said my 16-year-old nephew in Atlanta, he walks in the room frowning because he thinks he's hard and damn near have to make himself speak to us. Right. When he's not even hard, he's just really antisocial and comes off as a bit awkward. Cause he has players like a lot of women be thinking, oh man, I got me a real nigga and blah blah blah. He don't say stupid shit or he don't do stuff like that. We tell people, look, if you don't know what to say, just kind of be quiet. It's not like she got no confident man or something like that. It's just you just dealing with a nigga that's quiet. But if he opens his mouth and talk, he might be awkward or he might actually even be cooler. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, fooling an old ass nigga, talking about some, oh man, this person got it together, or he's this, that, and the third. When you see somebody playing and being stoic, that's what they call it, stoic. When it's not just being stoic, it's just being indifferent and coming off as stoic, but you're not really stoic. You're just not responding to everything the woman is doing, which can help you. But at the same time, if you're not sitting up there and your mind ain't on record, you don't even know what the hell you're doing. You just a plant. So, whereas you could get more game out of this situation by saying, listen, if she's not saying nothing that I like, I'm just not going to respond to that. And instead of pretending of being stoic and acting like I didn't hear what she said, I'm just going to make her know that if she's not saying something that I fucking like, I'm just not going to respond to that. See, that's more usable for an adult than a kid that just started off being stoic, just listening to anything and anyone and anything that a woman says. You know, so a lot of kids have been doing this for years. Kids are able to fool older people. They in two different generations. So you said my nephew is being followed by the 16. My 23-year-old nephew is being followed by the 16-year-old, even with the Manosphere talking points. The worst of it is they follow Andrew Tate and just Pearly Things and Candace Owens. Yeah, and they don't really know their policies and what to actually really follow. If I had a nephew and he's following Andrew Tate, I would tell him, yeah, you can listen to some of his dating stuff, but really focus on um, um, what he's saying as an MMA fighter and some of his business savvy. You know what I'm saying? Don't really focus on the female shit and all that other stuff. That will come into play later. You know what I'm saying? Here's one of his courses that he has on business. Focus on that. If you like him so much, study that. Just pearly things. Don't focus on too much of what she's saying. She's just regurgitating certain things. She says some cool shit, cool, but focus more on how she's setting up her business or her shows or her production and certain things and what she's what she actually does. There ain't nothing wrong with showing people proper etiquette, how to really focus they vision on something else, and let the other shit fall into place, because all the stuff that they saying right now, obviously people are going to be talking about later on in the future. So it's not going to be his first time around the sun with that conversation. Because he'll go somewhere else and hear that same conversation somewhere else. But don't focus on that. Don't focus on what they're talking about when it pertains to that conversation, because they're just regurgitating shit. They don't know where it came from. You know. But man, people gonna do what they're gonna do. What's going on, Tony? What's going on, Wes? I'm here, man. I'm still in Laos, man. Shout out to my bro Wes. Wes, we got another music show coming up, my guy. That NPC One Plus. Oh my God. If Kevin was still alive, they'll be watching him. But the Kuno Sphere and MAGA has their attention. Yeah. He said, nah, them niggas gonna be MAGA. Make America great again for life, man. That's another thing too. They think the whole world is against them. That's the thing. Like the youth, but this is the thing. They're entitled. Like the youth is, my generation included. Me too. The youth, the youth always believe they're entitled. The youth always believe the world owes them something. That's the crazy part. Hmm. That's kind of my beef with a lot of people in the manosphere. You know how much people done approach me in this space thinking that I owe them something? Like, yo, y'all owe us the information to go get some random chick that y'all don't know, that we know. Y'all owe us content. Y'all owe us some content. Y'all owe us. Hey, stop it. People come in here with that entitlement mentality. Y'all owe us free knowledge. No, nobody owe you nothing. Now, off the strength of they heart and they platform, definitely that can be provided for you. But we don't owe y'all no women. We don't owe y'all no experience. We don't owe y'all information. We don't owe anybody a damn thing. And same, the rules of engagement is the same for y'all. Y'all don't owe us anything. But guess what? We all come together for certain things. But I'm telling you, the youth, they always believe somebody owes them something. Oh, my father owes me a brilliant life. No, it's love if he can create one for you or put you in position to have one en route. But honestly, your parents don't even owe you shit. You know? Yeah, you said Harry Potter would have been a better story about niggas who's pitching a magical weed. That's funny as hell. And that's another thing too, man. A lot of people are running from reality. They being sedated. Weed is legal and shit like that. Imagine growing up as a kid and weed is legal. You and your kids, you and your friends blowing down at the bus stop before you go to class. Come on, man. Yeah, Charleston White. They listen to online caricatures, man. That's so true, Kwafi. Mm. You said wait till he become a passport, bro. That's funny, man. Wow. Wow. Shout out to everybody here. Damn, we've been live for 2 hours and a half. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit the like button on the way in. Hit the bell as well. And most definitely support the host that's doing the most. Support today's show. Because sometimes, man, y'all don't even have a best friend that can sit down and talk to y'all about this type of stuff. Especially, especially this long. You know. And really give y'all some news you can use. So I appreciate everybody being here. You did. You said chilling, making some dope records, with dope artists these days. Hell yeah, man. I got to show y'all some of the stuff I've been working on off air, man. I got a song coming out soon. I just need to go home and put the track art with it. I got a beat coming out called Neon Sniper. So I'm gonna just throw that up and get y'all opinions on it. He got disappointed when he went to college, not understanding that as a freshman he needed to put in the work. He got cocky and wanted to hang out with varsity teams and white friends. Yeah, that's a part of it. There you go. What's going on, brother Love? Shout outs to my brother Love, and all of the above, man. Real solid player in the building. Shout outs to brother Love. If you haven't subscribed to the brother Love show, I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to tell you, bro. You ain't even a part of the tribe if you haven't subscribed, all right? Make sure y'all subscribe to brother Love. I'm gonna get you to you straight lace, no chase, all right? Shout outs to Cartel. Yeah, weed wasn't legal when we grew up, and they didn't have all them names from candy and stuff like that and shit like that. Hey, young man, you want to smoke some weed? I got some sour Skittles right here in my bag. Nigga think you about to give him some candy. Yeah, but see, a young man ain't thinking about pumping out no dope records. He trying to be cool. He trying to look like Key Glock and smoke big thoink. He's trying to smoke that, you know, nigga. Think about it like this. Even at Snoop Dogg's height, motherfucker knew if they were lighting up something, they were lighting up something they shouldn't have been lighting it up, right? Snoop Dogg wasn't even effective. Snoop Dogg wasn't even this effective at getting kids to smoke weed than the tactics that's used today to get kids to just light up a fucking joint. They go home and their parents are lighting up joints. Since they was a little kid, they've been smelling ganja and getting weed blown in their face and getting contact highs as kids, bro. Women literally, I get flagged for telling y'all the truth on the internet. I get flagged for telling y'all the truth on the internet when you got women literally on here blowing gas in their kid's face on camera, and nobody says nothing. They don't lose their job. They don't CPS don't get called. No, none of that. A bitch will have a baby in her hand and a blunt right there in her other hand. When have y'all seen Krishan Rock complain about getting kicked off the internet? I'll wait. Y'all want Krishan Rock to be a role model for your daughters? Let me know. Let me know. What's going on, degenerate? Oh, okay. Thank you. What time close? Three? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh man, damn, only got 3%, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm out. I gotta go. You said now he's been because I handle college. Yeah, I mean it happens. Yeah, yeah. Who's the rapper now? You got these models out here getting gunned down, man. Make sure y'all check out Tony's beat. Y'all only got 3%. This phone about to jump to zero in like a minute, and this live about to be up, and I'm about to be mad as hell. Look, I know the Chronic album was crazy as hell, but I'm telling you, bro, like nigga, kids know where a big ass bag of weed is at home. You know, kids know. All right, y'all. We out. It's Player Talk Radio.